Well, we'll go ahead and wrap up this corn picking video with a review. This is we'll say a day or two after we picked. It rained the next day, or later that night after picking. Yeah, it's the Moline picker. It did pretty good. It did pretty good until I managed to find a something. You can tell the snout looks a little modified. Yes, it's been a little reshaped, unfortunately, because that's what mud does. I was coming across a rut. This thing, something's got a little play in it. I don't know if it's right here. That obviously isn't super tight. Or maybe back here, maybe that's loose, but when you pull it, and if there's no weight, or if there is weight, it rocks. And so it might be up, but if I pull forward, it'll drop a few inches, even though it's all the way up. And that's what happened. I also was pulling a tall wagon, so I had it sitting low. Man, I just caught it just wrong. You can see this one, I guess it flops a little bit. It has been somewhat permanently affixed right there. Did a very good job. It took the corn off the stalk, put it in the wagon. Bandit just put out a video. Of course, today is April 30th, the last day of April. Bandit put a video out showing this thing sitting in his yard, turning over. And we're just going to do another close-up walk around. This is an interesting device to propel the corn across the husking bed. If we can see, there's very limited clearance, so make sure the ears definitely get pushed down against it. However, if I can get in here and lift it with one arm, it'll float if the corn piles up. So I don't have to worry about like the corn getting smashed. It'll just pile it up and push it over. Oh, the hitch has been greatly modified. And it got corn in the wagon. Unfortunately, I don't have much corn in the wagon to show you that it picked, because it's just not in the wagon anymore. So that'll wrap it up. Maybe we'll be done with ear picking. We have some my corn to go shell tomorrow. Hopefully, if it doesn't rain today. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Probably will. We'll see what happens in the morning, because there's no telling what's gonna change before then. So yes, the Moline picked very well until I modified it. And unfortunately, that's something I gotta fix. We'll see how soon that happens, because obviously this is not corn picking season. Bandit doesn't plant 30-inch rows, and I don't plant 30-inch rows. So just a fair warning, this is unfortunately not a top project to get straightened out. Now, unless there's somebody out there who has an Oliver, Moline, or Cockshut 2-row narrow picker and has the center snout section they're willing to give up, this could get repaired faster. I think it would be really neat to have, or to find, I don't even know if I could find one, a Cockshut version of this picker, just because most of the Cockshut implements are fairly rare. But this, you can see there's green paint underneath the yellow, and back here there's a little bit of red on the end of the elevator. I don't know if that was ever red originally, or if that is a Cockshut part that was put on. I don't know if the Canadians have much ear corn or picked much ear corn back in the day. However, they did, the White bought Cockshut for the combines, because at the time I'd put in a brand new combine manufacturing facility in Brantford, Ontario. So they were making combines, which in Canada you'd say that maybe they've got more designed towards wheat and small grains way back when. But I guess obviously the Oliver combines came with corn heads. So somebody must have planted some corn in Canada. Now, if we look close, this is what I find kind of curious. The similar drive design and these springs, which I haven't necessarily showed that off on my John Deere 300. And maybe there's only so many ways you can come up with, a way to power the husking bed. However, it does look eerily similar to the John Deere. Even with the, the drive, got the little universal joint, but they use a double joint instead of a single, which the double might be good for more flex. If anything, I want it to be possible to run the husking bed faster, because they're trying to get more corn through it. Is it possible to put a smaller sprocket here and really turn it? Oh, other things of note, the wheel height is adjustable. There's different holes down there. Oh, I think that's everything about the picker that I can pick out that might be special. It seems very airy and open. Like, it's very easy to work on things. There's space to get your hands in. I need to pull out those ears down there, clean it up some. There's, some room to work back there. It's not too terribly tight. Of note, we can go back and look at the Ford picker real quick, because we did use it. We did see Brad on the Ford picker. Unfortunately, I didn't shoot much video while I was driving. I did drive for a while. Okay, someone's going to ask about this. That's just because I was driving back over picked corn. That's why all that stuff is in here. It'll pull right out. I tried turning it over to get the stalks to come out, but it didn't. But that's just from driving back over a row that had already been picked. Yeah, unfortunately I didn't get much video because I was trying to get done. We had picked, I mean, between Brad and I, we got we got 2 wagons picked with this. The Moline picked a wagon. No, we picked more than that. We picked 3. Because part of the deal was picking a couple wagons for the owner. It did a good job, did fine. We picked corn, we moved fast. In fact, I was picking in 3rd gear. I don't know if that was because the spacing is farther apart in 30-inch rows versus whatever the 38s we plant. So that was fun. We were busting a nut getting after it in 3rd gear. That was fun. And I almost think that helped because the stalks were running through the rollers so fast that it was timed right with the rollers that the stalks weren't breaking. They were staying attached, and the corn was coming off easy enough because the corn was shorter to keep it fairly clean of stalks. But the husking bed, can only pull the shucks off so fast. I did a good job. Didn't do any worse than the other time we were picking. However, needs a new belt again. That fell off once or twice and may or may not have been noticed. Okay, this got worse after it fell off on me, but it fell off once or twice and didn't get noticed in the quickest amount of time. As we can see how it wore here, because it wasn't noticed, it got caught and wore down as such. And you already saw me replace that once. It's simple enough to replace. I'll just gotta take that bearing loose again, to slide the universal off the drive shaft and slide a belt back in. Not a big deal, maybe a $20 belt. So yeah, didn't plan on putting this back on until had this rescue mission of picking. It wasn't gonna get picked otherwise, at least that's what I was told. So it was a pure rescue mission. We got what we could and could what we got, and we're happy with it. This one is for sale, yes, because I have the John Deere. It needs a new home. So if anybody who wants a Ford 601 picker that does a fine job of putting corn in a wagon, it's for sale. I just don't have the barn space. Unfortunately, I want to pick ear corn, a lot of ear corn, more than just having fun picking a few loads. If I pick 10 acres a year or more, I would be thrilled. I think I have plenty of purchasers for that much ear corn to go after that. So yes, this will wrap up my rant. If anybody watches this long, yes, the videos, and I'll probably say this multiple times about the videos being easily 3 weeks behind, and they will continue to be so for the foreseeable future. I will explain that some point in the future. And you still need to hear the story about the 14 that I put into injection pump and how that went. I just got tired of making fix-it videos. Like, I didn't even make a video about the combine, which I'll let you kind of see what's going on up there. There's some ugly green paint and other things going on, which if it doesn't rain, we'll show that off tomorrow. Okay, enough of me talking. Happy farming, and we'll see you later with more fun farming adventures.